Welcome back, Future Medicos. In today's video, we are going to look at 4 major changes that is happening in the MCC PG counseling, which probably will make the UG students also happy. Now let us look at this notification from MCC. MCC has published this notification on 10th January 2022. And this is for the urgent attention of candidates or institutions of NEET PG. The counseling for NEET PG is scheduled to commence from 12th January 2022. Don't ask me when UG counseling is going to start. I also don't have any information. I'm also waiting eagerly like you. So don't post that comment in this video. Continuing with this letter, however, the following changes or modifications in the counseling scheme will be implemented from the academic year 2021-22. So there are certain changes listed in this letter, and those changes is what I'm going to discuss and how it is going to affect the UG counseling. Okay, I'm only assuming that these changes will also be implemented for UG. Now, the first change, we all know this already. In fact, I have done a very detailed video on this change already. This change is about the change of the number of rounds of counseling for 15% All India quota seats. Until last year, we used to have only 2 rounds of counseling for All India quota, right? We used to have All India quota round 1 and All India quota round 2. And at the end of round 2, whatever the seats that fall vacant will be returned to the respective states. Now, from this year onwards, this will not happen. That is, the seats will not be returned to the respective states. Rather, the medical counseling committee will conduct 2 more rounds. So, AIQ round 1, round 2, mop-up round, and stray vacancy round. All the 4 rounds will be conducted by MCC themselves. No seat will be reverted back to the respective states after completion of round 2 of All India quota. This is the major change. Of course, some of you are not happy, I know. Some of you will be happy. States where there is a heavy competition, you all will be happy. States where there is slightly less competition compared to All India quota, they all are slightly unhappy with this move. But anyway, to be fair, this is a correct move by MCC. They should have done it long time ago, but at least they have implemented now. Okay. Now let's look at the second change. So the second change is about the stray vacancy round conducted for the central university and central institutes. Until last year, the offline stray vacancy round were conducted by the respective colleges. For example, Banaras Hindu University used to conduct the stray vacancy round at the college level. Similarly, like Aligarh Muslim University used to conduct the stray vacancy round at the college level. AIIMS used to conduct stray vacancy round at New Delhi. JIPMER used to conduct stray vacancy round at Puducherry. Now, this year, the online stray vacancy round to be conducted by MCC for Central University, Central Institutes, and All India quota. So that means this year, probably we will have AIIMS, JIPMER, Banaras Hindu University, Aligarh Muslim University, and 15% All India quota seats. All these government colleges stray vacancy round probably will be centralized at MCC. Those candidates who attended the stray vacancy round last year will know how terrible or how troublesome it was last year when the counseling was conducted by individual colleges. For example, JIPMER Puducherry and AIIMS New Delhi almost had the counseling, I think, on the same day or maybe one day different. So if you need to attend the counseling at Puducherry as well as the counseling at New Delhi, probably you didn't even have time to fly. Even if you want to fly, there is no time for you to fly, right? That was so difficult. So this year, if the counseling is centralized for all these stray vacancy round, that would be great. The only concern I have as far as stray vacancy round is because it is considered to be online, I'm not sure how MCC is going to restrict any seats going vacant, right? Of course, we are not sure what are the conditions they are going to put. Of course, I have not gone through the PG prospectus. Probably I will go through that and then see whether there are any specific conditions to restrict seats going vacant in online stay vacancy round. I would have preferred it to be spot counseling, but let's see how MCC conducts the online stay vacancy round. Now that's the second major change. The third major change, of course, this would be very, very good news for candidates at lower marks. Okay, what is this change? This change is all about, like, until last year, any unfilled NRI seats, any unfilled Muslim minority seats, any unfilled Jain minority seats will be reverted to respective deemed universities. Okay, if there are, say, for example, 1,000 seats were vacant under NRI category last year, and these 1,000 seats were returned to deemed universities, and the deemed universities conducted the stay vacancy round to fill those seats. Now, you all know how difficult, again, when it is conducted at college level, and how much the colleges can twist the rank list, and they can bring in candidates as they like. Okay, this was the procedure until last year. The colleges used to keep the NRI seats from round 1, round 2, mop-up round, even though from the first round the seats were continuing to be vacant. They used to keep it vacant, and then finally during stay vacancy round, all these seats would be offered first as NRI and then will be converted to management. But this year, this is the wonderful move by MCC, I would say. All unfilled NRI, Muslim minority and Jain minority seats will be converted to Indian national seats. That means the general management seats, after exhaustion of all the eligible NRI, Muslim minority, Jain minority candidates during the mop-up round, before reverting it back to the respective deemed universities. Now, what is this and how do you understand this? Now, what is going to happen? Say, for example, round 1 will happen and there are some NRI seats. Let's say seats are allotted and some will go vacant. Then again, round 2, again, NRI seats will be offered. Again, some seats will be vacant. And then in mop-up round, again, NRI seats will be offered. Let us take, for example, Savita Medical College in Chennai. Let's say there are 23 NRI seats at the start of mop-up round. Now, let us assume that there are only 8 candidates opted for NRI seats. There are only 8 eligible NRI candidates who opt for NRI seats. Now, what will happen? Normally, out of the 23 vacant seats, 8 seats will be offered. The remaining 15 seats which go vacant will go to the college as stay vacancy round. Whereas from this year, these 15 seats, right? First, what the system will do is it will allot the NRI seats, right? Once it is all the NRIs are allotted, that means now, for example, in Savita, 8 seats are allotted. Now there are no more NRI candidates asking for these NRI seats. So what will happen? These 15 NRI seats will be immediately converted to general management seats in the same round. Okay, this is not another round, it is in the same round. The system will now start looking for general management candidates for those 15 seats. Okay, so what will happen? Because there will be a lot of general management category students, almost none of the seats will go vacant. Almost, right? I do not know. Few seats may go vacant in some colleges, but typically this move is going to almost bring down the vacancies for stay vacancy round to very, very, very minimal. Okay, if there are like 50 to 100 seats vacant, I would be surprised. Okay, whereas last year there were more than 1,000 seats. Now, what is the advantage of this? Anyone with even very low marks, you go through proper counseling, you will get a seat. You don't need to pay money through middleman and get a seat. Just go through counseling. You should be able to get a seat in a deemed university. And this will also most likely bring down the cutoff in mop-up round. Okay, in the previous years, normally the cutoff in the mop-up round used to shoot up higher, but because of this conversion of NRI seats and the minority seats in the mop-up counseling, this will bring down the cutoff in mop-up round also. Okay, so it's a good news for all the candidates, I would believe. whoever is in a cat on the wall kind of candidates who are not decided about deemed universities, it's a good news for them. Those candidates who are interested in deemed universities is also good news for you. Now, which are the colleges that offer Muslim minority seats or Jain minority seats? In case if you are not clear, Muslim minority seats are offered in 2 deemed universities. One, Enipoya Medical College at Mangalore in Karnataka. Second, Hamdard University in New Delhi. Jain minority, there is only one college, which is SBKS Medical Institute at Vadodara in Gujarat. Okay. So this is a very important move. I believe this will be implemented for UG also. Now the last change, which I believe you all already familiar with, this is the change in terms of reservation. Once again, some of you may like it, some of you may not like it, but this is going to be the change happening this year. Until last year, the OBC non-creamy layer reservation of 27% was available only for central institutions, whereas this year it will be available for all government colleges. It will not be available for deemed universities. It will be available for all government colleges. Similarly, EWS 10%, it was available only for central institutes last year. This year, it will be available for all government colleges. SC, there is no change. It will be remaining as 15%. ST, it will remain as 7.5%. Persons with disabilities, it will still remain as 5% horizontal reservation. Now, these are the 4 changes which I believe will also be applicable for UG candidates, right? Most of the information should bring happiness to you. In case if you have any doubts in this, or if you have different opinion than what I thought, you can leave your comments in the query below. I will try to address them. Thank you. Bye-bye.